Hello YouTube and welcome back to the Holtzmichel channel. Today we've got an interesting project that's going to involve the use of the rotary table. And what we have here is a mill for styrofoam beads that uses recycled styrofoam and grinds them into, well, it makes the pellets that come through the shredder round again. And the surface of this has been damaged by a ball bearing that went south on us. And so today we're going to resurface this portion of the disc. This is the anvil, and the other part is in over there. It has a taper to it, so it's going to be kind of a tricky process in getting this figured out. How I'm going to do the opposing piece, I don't know yet, but this is going to get put on the rotary table on the mill, and then in circular fashion take a tenth or two off the face here. So hang with me on this one and enjoy the show. First order of business is to take off this water cooling jacket here, so we can mount it on the rotary table nice and flat, and continue on with our setup. Well, this doesn't look too good. Looks like we got a little cleanup to do. Let me zoom you in here and reposition the camera so you can get an idea what we're looking at. Didn't realize the camera was that far out of whack. Sorry about that, fellas. So, try our trusty dusty Sandflex block on this. See how well it does. All I'm trying to do here is just knock down the high spots. This corrosion's built up quite a bit. And it's pretty rough. Looks like we might need a sander on this one. So I'll pause this and go find a sander and continue on. Yeah. These are not going to work. Nuts. Too bad. Just acquired these little hold down thingamabobs here, and can only use these on a larger diameter. I've got a 25 centimeter hole, and the smallest I can go with this is 27. So, different plan. Like most rotary tables, this one has concentric rings on the face of the table, and in order to get a rough centering, what I'm doing is using these rings, a little triangle, and I'm setting up on the edge of the slot. Use my flashlight to check the distance, and I'm not going on the same side but the opposite side. Okay, when I go over, I'm on the right side of the slot here, and so I do the same thing over here, make sure that it's all on the same side of the slot, so that way there's as little error going into the centering as possible. Now this hole has been rough cut with a plasma cutter or a torch, so it's not perfectly round and it's not perfectly smooth, so using the dial indicator to dial it in is going to be a little bit tricky. It's going to be a coarse adjustment as it is. So once I get that kind of set, then I'm going to set the end mill right here on the edge and rotate the table once around to kind of see how it's going to shape up, if it's fairly centered or not. If it's in within a few tenths, that's as good as it's going to get, I think, on this setup. So now it's to the clamps. I got some 1, 2, 3 blocks underneath this because it's not possible to crank the thing. There's, you know, the hand wheel with crank over here, and I don't have enough clearance with these bushings here that are holding this thing in, or hold it in the machine. So I'm having to improvise a little bit and hold it down that way. Actually, I need to get my dial indicator on here first to see if it's kind of centered before I tie it down, huh? Getting ahead of myself here. So let me do that. Need to rotate the mill head back over. not have enough travel in this arm here. Nope. I don't have enough travel in him. Here's a wiggler. Nope, we don't have enough travel to dial this guy in. So it's going to have to be the old trick of just trying our luck. Alright. So let's tool up the head. So we're going to rotate the head over to the side a little bit. It's either that or we'll have to pull in. Let's see if we clear the column. I think we will. Yeah, so we'll clear the column. So get it about on center here. And we'll just rotate the head back. Take some of the flex out of the system. Okay, don't have enough travel there either. So, it's going to be rotating the head off to one side. And I think we'll bring it over here towards the camera. There's the table. So I'm not going to tighten the head down just yet, because we're just looking to see if we're going to get somewhat centered here. I'll take it on the four corners. And we'll just crank it in to where we're right there. Follow it around, see where we land. Okay, we're about a 1/2 millimeter off there. Okay, this way it's still pretty well centered. And this one should be a 1/2 millimeter over the other way. It's actually dead on. So we got an out of round cut here, which is no big deal. We'll just run with it. So now we're just going to go ahead and tighten the head down and start cutting. I'll just do with that wrench, damn it. I know I put it somewhere. It's on my ass, I'd know. A cat ran off with it again or something. This is fucking ridiculous. Alrighty, well, battery went dead on me yesterday. Continuing today, as you can see, we're about finished with this. It's turning out nice and plain across the face of it. One of the things I found out with this overhang, it likes to vibrate and I get a lot of chatter, so what I did, you can't quite see it here, is I attached a piece of angle iron with a pair of vice grips, with 2 pairs of vice grips, to mitigate the vibration that occurs from the tool. Now this is going to chatter somewhat. You'll see that here in a second when I fire it up. Okay, here's the finished product. Zoom in a little bit.